Shador Sanders' journey with the Cleveland Browns has quickly transformed from an exciting opportunity into one of the most polarizing storylines in the NFL. Now, what started as a promising preseason debut has now snowballed into controversy, locker room division, and questions about whether the Browns' leadership truly knows how to manage the future of their franchise. Sanders hasn't just shown flashes of talent. He's demonstrated poise, accuracy, and leadership qualities that teammates and analysts can't stop talking about. But instead of giving him the support he needs, the Browns seem stuck in indecision, creating an atmosphere that could end up costing them far more than games. From his very first snaps, Sanders displayed qualities beyond his years. He looked calm under pressure, went through his progressions, and executed throws that many young quarterbacks struggle with in their early outings. In one standout play, he worked his way through every read before hitting his final option in stride for a first down. For a rookie, that kind of patience and field vision is rare, and it didn't go unnoticed. Veterans like Jerry Jeudy were quick to point out that Sanders' arm talent wasn't just good, it was elite. Jeudy openly praised the precision and strength of Sanders' throws, calling him one of the best young arms he's ever seen. And Jeudy wasn't alone. Myles Garrett, the face of the Browns' defense, made it clear he believed Sanders was special. Garrett spoke about Sanders' optimism, lighthearted nature, and relentless work ethic. He admired the way Shedeur studied veterans, learned the offense piece by piece, and carried himself with the maturity of someone who understood the weight of the position. For Garrett to put his stamp of approval on a rookie quarterback is no small thing. It signaled to the locker room and to the league that Sanders wasn't just another prospect, he was a leader in the making. But while his teammates were rallying around him, the coaching staff seemed to be sending mixed signals. Reports began circulating that Sanders was being sidelined, that his confidence was being chipped away instead of built up. Coach Kevin Stefanski, despite seeing the momentum building, leaned heavily on veteran Joe Flacco while treating Sanders more like a backup plan than a centerpiece. What was supposed to be a balanced quarterback room turned into a source of tension and confusion. Players started to notice, and frustrations began to boil over. The Browns' history with quarterbacks makes this situation even more delicate. For years, the franchise has stumbled from one failed experiment to another, never able to find stability at the most important position. Investing in Sanders should have been the chance to finally break that cycle. Instead, their hesitation has only amplified the sense that Cleveland is once again mishandling its future. Players who believe in Sanders feel like his development is being sabotaged, and the longer this continues, the deeper the cracks in the team's unity will grow. Jerry Jeudy's praise went beyond just on-field performance. He highlighted how Sanders constantly studies, refines his mechanics, and approaches each practice with a drive to improve. According to Jeudy, Sanders doesn't just work hard, he actively gets better every day. That's the kind of commitment coaches beg for in rookies, the kind of effort that turns potential into greatness. And yet, instead of embracing it, the Browns' leadership appears hesitant. That hesitation has created uncertainty, and uncertainty in a locker room is dangerous. Stephen A. Smith captured the sentiment when he reacted to Cleveland trading Kenny Pickett. The move should have cleared the way for Sanders, solidifying him as part of the team's future. Smith argued that by keeping Sanders on the roster while trimming the quarterback room, the Browns were sending a clear message: we believe in you. But that belief hasn't translated to action. Instead of giving him meaningful reps and a chance to compete, they've allowed indecision to fester, leaving Sanders in limbo. The consequences of that indecision are already visible. Senior players have reportedly spoken out against Stefanski, frustrated by what they perceive as deliberate attempts to undermine Sanders' confidence. The locker room has become divided. Some players are buzzing with excitement about Sanders' potential, while others are frustrated with the lack of direction. This split isn't just about who starts at quarterback. It's about whether the Browns have the leadership to rally their team around a clear vision. And the truth is, Sanders has given them every reason to commit. He's proven himself on the field, earned respect off of it, and carried himself like a player ready to take on the weight of the position. He's not just a fan favorite. He's becoming the heartbeat of the locker room. Every day that the Browns delay a firm commitment, they risk losing more than just Sanders' trust. They risk losing the unity of their entire team. What makes this situation even more precarious is that the 2025 season is critical for Cleveland. After years of mediocrity, the organization needs stability, leadership, and a reason for fans to believe in the future. Sanders could be that reason. He has the arm talent to excite fans, the charisma to elevate the franchise's profile, and the work ethic to become a long-term solution. Instead, the Browns' leadership has let doubt overshadow opportunity, turning what should be a moment of hope into a storm of controversy. The more veterans like Garrett and Jeudy publicly endorse Sanders, the harder it becomes for the Browns to ignore the groundswell of support. Players don't often speak out about quarterback situations, but the fact that stars are rallying behind Sanders speaks volumes. It shows that the locker room sees him as more than a rookie. They see him as the leader they want to follow. Ignoring that kind of sentiment could fracture trust between the players and the coaching staff, a fracture that could derail the season before it even begins. At the same time, the fans are watching closely. Cleveland supporters have endured disappointment after disappointment when it comes to quarterbacks. To see a promising young talent treated with hesitation instead of confidence only adds to the frustration. If the Browns don't commit to Sanders soon, they risk alienating not just their locker room, but their fan base as well. The future of the Browns may very well hinge on this decision. If they rally around Sanders, give him the support and development he needs, and allow him to grow into the leader his teammates already believe he is, they could finally have the stability at quarterback they've craved for decades. But if they continue to waver, if they let politics, fear, or poor leadership dictate the decision, they risk losing more than just a promising player. They risk losing their identity as a team. Right now, Sanders' story is one of potential and possibility. He's shown accuracy, poise, and leadership beyond his years. He's earned the respect of veterans, the praise of analysts, and the excitement of fans. Everything points toward him being the future of the franchise. But the Browns must decide if they have the courage to embrace it. The longer they wait, the greater the risk becomes. This isn't just about one player's development. It's about the unity of the locker room, the trust of the fan base, and the direction of the franchise. The Browns have a choice to make, and it's a choice that will define not only Shador Sanders' career, but the legacy of the team itself. Because in football, hesitation kills. And right now, Cleveland can't afford to hesitate any longer.